All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, my end. Good morning for the majority of you. It's 8 past 9 a.m. GMT. 8 minutes after we wanted to go to, but we've had a lot of technical difficulties to get going. Let me put on the intro. Let me share the links so we can invite everybody to join the show. And then today we are actually here with Abanga Abdulkarim Ibrahim and his teacher, Mr. Audu Salifu. We're going to talk to him. We're going to hear about the project you've all seen. We will deliberate and see how we can support him in every way we can. Hi, Josephine. Hi, sis. Good morning. Well, good afternoon from me. Let's put the intro on. Please do me a favor. Whilst the intro is rolling, use that time to invite other people and get them on the show so we can deliberate together. Okay.
Hello there. Welcome to the Amma Manson Show. So hopefully you are not a stranger here, but what goes on here is education, definitely some empowerment. We had
Right, I am having a lot of interesting technical difficulties. Hopefully, you can still hear me, and as long as you hear me, then it's okay. I wanted to put on the intro, but the browser failed to play. I'll do one more time.
Hello there. Welcome to the Amma Manson Show. So hopefully you are not a stranger here, but what goes on here is education, definitely some empowerment. We add humor, information, and just a good vibe generally. It is not just a talk show, it's a live show. We talk about life, we unpick life, we find solutions to the things that stress us in life, and we make progress together. It is the Amma Manson Show, and my name is Amma, your girl, your educator, your motivator, and I kick your hind wherever we need to. Enjoy, invite other people to join in, and hopefully you have a wonderful experience on today's show. Let's get straight into things.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. As I said in the intro, it's a progressive show. We look at ways in which we can help ourselves. We can foster development amongst us. And that's one of the reasons why we are here today. Hello, Fanny. Hi. I have found a boy who could easily be my son. I don't know how old he is. We will find out today. But from the little I've had and the calculations I've done, he could easily be my son. I want to see what he's up to. I want him to tell us why we've seen a video of his trending. Most of you would have seen that short clip of him with a windmill powered home project. He was talking about renewable energy resources in a home. The video has actually got a lot of reach. Many people have asked me about him. So there he is. You asked me to bring him, and I have brought him. Let me talk to Mr. Audu first. Good morning to you. How are you? Uh-oh, have I lost you boys? Can you hear me, Mr. Audu and Abanga? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, it's been muted. Yeah, it's fine. Can you speak? Let's see if we can hear you. All right, guys, you will have to bear with me a little bit. Hello, Mercy. Hi, Mr. Audu. Can you hear me? No? Right. I hope you can hear me. If not, let me send you a message on WhatsApp. I will remove you. You can rejoin with the same link, and hopefully we will get better connectivity. Good morning, Mercy. Right, can the audience let me know if you can hear me? Can you hear me when I speak? I want to know if the problem is from my end or from the boys' end. Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Great stuff. Right, Mr. Awudu and Abanga, can you hear me now? You can hear loud and clear. Thank you, Fanny. Right, I will remove the boys. I would invite them to rejoin. Hopefully, when they rejoin, it will be much better with the network. Right, good morning to most of you. Good afternoon from my end. I hope everybody's doing well, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation with Mr. Audu and Abanga. Mr. Audu, I've had to take you off because the network was poor. We couldn't hear you. So can you do me a favor? Can you click on the link again and join? This time you can turn the camera landscape before you join so we can see you in the full frame. That would be great. All right. Kenny, hello. Well, it's afternoon here. Good afternoon, bro. I hope you are well. Hi, Bertha. Thank you so much. Right. What I'm trying to do this morning is a conversation with Abanga Abdulkarim Ibrahim. I think a lot of you would remember when I shared his video a week and a half ago or so. He's a boy from Ghana High School in Tamale, Ganasco. He is in final year, senior secondary school, and he took part in a competition. I think this was actually supposed to be for a competition. But because of COVID, the competition was shelved. And thank God, one of his teachers actually decided that that boy and what he had done was so good that they were going to film it and they were going to put it out there and see who would spot it and who would come to his aid. Now, somebody sent it to me. I was delighted to see how the boy presented himself, how he communicated. You know what the network is like in Ghana. So the boys are having a little bit of difficulty getting in. I will be willing to try and see if they can come on video link. Okay, there they are. Hi, Mr. Awudu, can you hear me?
Hello, hi, yes, I can hear you.
Much better. Hello again, Abanga. How are you, darling? Thank God. I'm very good. Thank you for asking. Right, we will try. I wanted people to see him on video link anyway, so they know who it is they are speaking to. If the network proves difficult at some point, we need to go on audio. I will call you and then I will put the audio on so folks. Okay. Yay. But I think it's a difficulty with the network all round. Right. So, Mr. Awudu, I was asking you, how did you meet Abanga? How did you discover him?
Abanga got admission in Ghana Senior High School 3 years ago. And then I'm a teacher of Ghana Senior High School, a school where I thought that he wasn't so much interested in PE. It's much of his interest in reading than physical education. Whenever there's PE lessons, I don't see the activeness involved in himself. It's much particular about the pure aspect of PE, not the practical aspect.
Oh, Mr. Awudu, please, just 1 second. I am struggling to hear you. I don't know about the audience. Guys, can you hear Mr. Awudu clearly? Is it from my end? Can you hear him?
Hello?
Yeah, can you? I can hear you, but the volume was low. Can you speak up a little bit for me, please?
Oh, okay. I am saying Abanga got admission into Ghana Senior High School 3 years ago. It's now in his third year.
Okay.
Yes. I teach physical education at Ghana Senior High School.
Okay.
Yes, I got to know Abanga during theory lessons. He's one of the very good guys in a theory lesson, but when it is practical lesson, he's not that active.
Okay.
He's not physically to do some of the physical practical work that he involved. I got to realize that much of his interest in the theory more than the practical aspect of PE. And again, his, his, his ability to make good grades in the courses also got me to know him. Ghana Senior High School has created an avenue to make students learn. At every end of the semester, the class is graded from the high to the least to actually motivate students to learn. Abanga has come as close as being the number 2 in a class.
Okay.
In a semester. Yes. So I got to know him, especially when a colleague of him was aspiring to be a prophet.
Okay.
At a certain point, he lost his voice, and Abanga has to come into support. Abanga actually won the vote, much of the vote for the candidate because of his fluent speech. He was able to convince the entire student body to vote for his friend who had lost his voice and was not able to read his manifesto. What about from that? Subsequently, Abanga has been used severally to give vote of thanks at school battles. This is where it came to limelight. And then a club was formed known as the Energy Conservative Club, which he took interest and joined in part of the club. It included a debating club, but he didn't join the debating club. He came to join the Energy Conservative Club, which is actually making it's with science students. The club was supposed to do some projects to compete with other schools in the country. But because of COVID, the program has been put a halt. And for a very brilliant student like that, he couldn't see himself wasted. So he went ahead privately, without having the consent of his patrons and colleagues. He went ahead by himself to do some things on his own. And at the time, we saw him with this project. I said, Abanga, what is happening? That he has taken the bull by his own. He wants to do something to actually keep the group or the club alive. And this is what he's able to bring out. And he's so happy that this young guy has been able to do something like this. And it's making waves. So this is where we actually set up here. If this guy is this much talented, means we have to give him a supporting hand. We are ganging up resources to do our best to make sure a talent doesn't go away. This is where we started recording videos to bring him to the world. See who can support.
Thank you so much for the videos. Guys, I know the network is not great, but I think most of you know that this is being recorded with Abanga in Tamale right now. They are both in Tamale. You all know what the network in Ghana can be like sometimes. So you will have to bear that in mind. Yeah, Hussein, you were saying something about the difficulties with the network. Yeah. When you go to Ghana, I don't know how frequently you guys go to Ghana. You can buy the data, but you don't buy the network. What the network is what you work with. So sometimes it's stable, sometimes it's not stable. If you really want to listen, like I am, you take your time, you can hear what they are saying. Osikani says his case is similar to a movie he watched. the boy who harnessed the wind. Yeah. I think every household in Ghana, especially the rural areas, should start the windmill project. It will help reduce the burden on the national grid. Kudos, Abanga. It's amazing. So let me sum up what Mr. Audu was saying for those of you who couldn't hear properly. Abanga was in a group. They were getting ready for a competition. And because of COVID, the project did not move ahead. Like most people, you work on things, you have ideas. Most people would have left it. Okay, COVID, there's no project. But the boy himself realized that what he had been working on is something he did not want to go to waste. So he himself went and approached some of his teachers about his project. He finished the project. They saw what he had done. They knew it was worthy of projection. And that's why they decided, yeah, when you listen attentively, you can hear him. I'm listening and I can hear. And I think those of you who really want to listen, you can also try and make that extra effort to listen. It's very important. If you can make that effort, it would be great. So he went and he did the project. His teachers came to film it and you put it out. Let me ask you, because I know this is a common thing in schools. I work in a school. And sometimes when you put out a child from a school, especially when the school's name is clearly highlighted with a child in the school's uniform, you can get kickback from the school. Did you face any challenges with getting this project out? Have you faced any?
Yes, actually, the project uh, had challenges, especially bringing it to social media.
Yeah.
Um, yes, people think it was going to project the pre-senior high school, and so didn't want this to come to social media. And for some of us, thinking outside the box, we weren't thinking about anything that would benefit any politician. We were thinking about how the boy will benefit from his talent.
Yeah.
We were actually thinking outside, not thinking about what a politician will make out of the project. No, we're thinking the boy is too talented and has not shouldn't be wasted. So that is where some of us came into actually bring him out. Yes.
Yeah, I imagine so. Let's have a chat with Abanga himself. Hello, Abanga, darling. How are you? Can you hear me, love? Try and speak up a little louder so people can hear. The voice is very faint.
Okay.
Right. So tell us. Yes, I can hear you better. Try, yeah, louder, as loud as you can speak for me. Tell us about you. How old are you?
I'm 19. Yes.
You are 19. And where are you from? Yes. Tell us a little bit about your background.
So I'm from Zebila in the Upper East region, the two West District to be specific. That's where I'm from. And
okay.
So I belong to a very poor family. I've indicated to you privately in the Boku West District. So
Abanga, hold on.
I was just brought up.
When Mr. Awudu was speaking, I could hear better. Yours is really faint. So come closer to the camera if you can. Try and project as loudly as you can for me, okay?
Okay. So like I was saying, I said I'm from Zebila in the Upper East region.
Okay.
To be specific, a very remote town in the Upper East region.
Okay.
Boku West District is one of the 15 regions in the Upper East region, and your district in the Upper East region, and it has a population of 94,034 according to the 2010 population census. It also has a total land area of 979 square kilometers. The land in the place is not fertile, so most of the people are engaged in petty trading, and some do farming on a peasant basis. So I can
Yeah.
say I belong to a very family, a family of uh, uh, a family of about 10. I have
Okay,
six
guys,
siblings.
you know about this. It's the network issues. We will see. If I can't get him on video link to work well, then I will ring him and we will speak. But let's try it again. Abanga, can you hear me, love?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, excellent. Well, Sister Hannah, it's easier to say use the headphones. Listen, Sister Hannah Ofori, you will have to send him the money to buy the headphones and you will have headphones for next time. Okay. This is one of those conversations we're going to have. Yes, headphones would help, but you cannot ask a secondary school child to pull out headphones. Yeah, in some backgrounds, you do it without even consideration. But yeah, for this boy, if we want him to use headphones, we have to make sure that we bought it for him. So if we want to hear him better the next time we speak to him, Sister Hannah Ofori, you will pay for the headphones. All right. I will be in touch with you. I will come and hassle you and collect the money for the headphones so he can buy the headphones for the next time we speak. Hello, Sister Mercy. Right, Abanga, let's try it again. It would be better with the headphones, but there isn't. So we're going to work with what we have. Tell us, you were telling us about Zabila. So you were born in Zabila. Did you attend any international schools in Zabila?
No, I never attended any international school. I started schooling at Zebila Primary School and later Zebila JHS and now in Ghana Senior High School. So I had never attended any international school. I
You've
started
not
off
gone
from
to any private
primary and now,
school.
yes, yes. I've
You've
never gone to
only
any private school.
attended government schools, mainly from Zabila, and now you are in Ghana Secondary Technical, no, Ghana Secondary Senior High School in Tamale.
Yes,
Now, this is one of the things
yes.
which is very fascinating about Abanga because I also know, oh, referring to the listeners, no, Sister Hannah, you are still buying headphones for the boy. You are still buying Abanga's headphones. Listen, most people, when you hear somebody in absolute command of the English language, it's usually somebody who's come from the independent school systems, from privileged backgrounds. It was one of the things that people have asked me a lot about, is why I wanted to ask Abanga himself if he's gone to any private schools, if he's gone to any independent schools, international schools. And the answer is no. He went to Zabila Primary School, then he went to Zabila JHS, and now he is in Ghana Secondary Senior High School in Tamale, all the way through the public systems. So Abanga, let me ask you, where did you learn the command of the English language? Where does that come from?
Uh, I'm somebody who is very interested in reading. So when it comes to
Right.
reading, I don't joke with that. I like reading news. I like listening to radio discussion and television discussion on national issues. So that is how come I'm able to speak English fluently as well. So,
Okay. There you have it. It would be better to do audio call. I think it might be, but it was also important to me that you saw who we were speaking to, because there is impersonation. There's a lot of things that could happen when you don't know who you're speaking with. So I wanted him on camera. I wanted you guys to see who we were speaking to. And yes, if the video link is proving difficult, I will call him direct, IDD, and then we can hear him. I think that would be much better. You are sold. Apart from his background and hearing him expressing himself in this manner, what? Well done. He's amazing. He really is amazing. When you put things in perspective of his background, the experiences he's had so far, and how he's able to carry himself and comport himself. Wow. So these are all some of his projects, right?
yes,
Wow.
yes.
Wow.
This is good that I sent the video of his outside.
Oh, this is the current project, the one you are working with.
No, this is the project that I'm done with, the windmill project.
This was the windmill project. Okay. Right. See, the video didn't even capture the whole thing round. So we didn't see a lot of the project itself.
Yes.
Right.
So the building It's perfect.
Good morning, sister lady. Yeah, Mervelin. His background is amazing, strikingly amazing, Messi. You are absolutely right. Yvonne, you can hear him. That is awesome. Now, he is a boy who is talented on many, many fronts. The first thing you pick about him is the fact that he is an excellent communicator. He is. But he is also quite gifted in the area of making things and modeling stuff. His models are good, they are quite technical, they are well built. Let's talk a little bit about, so you read and then you watch television programs, but surely you have some speaking experience, right?
Yes.
Tell
So,
us some of the speaking
uh,
experiences you've had.
yes. So I belong to my. I also belong to my school debating club. So
Right,
I yes, I've gone for competitions for so
exactly.
for times. I've also did both of dance on two occasions, and also I had had the opportunity to be in the radio station to discuss uh, an issue of on the national interest, uh, which was organized by the national NCCE. So organized by the NCCE. So I went to the radio station and also spoke on that.
Again,
And
that's
also,
one of the questions that people were asking a lot. No, he didn't just get up one day and was communicating effectively. It is something which is nurtured. There is a lot of programs in the backgrounds that make a boy like him get to that level of communication, even when he is still in his own locality, hasn't gone to any independent schools and whatnot. There's a lesson there for everybody. It really doesn't matter where you're born. Greatness can be nurtured anywhere. That story brings that through very clearly. If you are lucky and you go to international schools, great. But there are many kids who've gone to international schools and have not made much of themselves. If you are lucky and you come from places where there is a lot of resources, wonderful. But again, as you can see from this boy, it is about taking opportunities to be better. Wanting to watch the television and listen to the shows, those are his own initiatives. He found himself looking at possibilities of nurturing talent, and he's gone into the debating club. He has joined this energy group. He has had opportunities. And actually, his teacher, when he spoke at first, said that the first time he came to the limelight, he was actually trying to help somebody else. There was somebody else who was going to be a prefect and was struggling to read his own manifesto. He came in trying to help somebody else. And usually, in trying to help other people, you also find help. Let's talk about school. So when I first saw the project, Abdul Karim, I thought you were a science student. I hear that's not correct.
yes, yes, I'm not a science student, but I'm somebody who believes in the principle that as a human being, you have to know something about everything, but not everything about something. So I believe that everything in this world, I want to know at least something small about it. So even though I'm not a science student, but I try to learn more about science, how science works, how they solve problems and all that. So that's how come I explore the windmill technology, and now we have
Right. And that's quite profound. Know something about everything is better than know everything about something. Quite philosophical. Very interesting. Sister Mary Frimpong, thank you very much for that. She says she will buy the headphones for you. So that's one of the things I wanted to clear. Sister Hannah, you are still not off the hook. You are paying for those headphones. All right. You will send yours as money and he will put in his pocket for something else. But yeah, Sister Mary Frimpong says you buy the headphones. You can WhatsApp me at 0044 7947225503. I do want him to walk off the program, having shared himself with you, but also with you guys, with the opportunity to bless him and to encourage him and to motivate him. My main reason for bringing Abanga on the show is so that we can find him funding to go to university. Now, let me talk to you about that one. Abanga, why are you worried about not being able to go to university? What's the story?
As indicated earlier, I said I belong to a very poor family. We live hand to mouth, and so it is virtually impossible for me to go to the university. It's very impossible for me to go to the university, even with the SHS, but for the quality of the free senior high school, I don't think I would have been able to make it up to this level. So I applaud the government for instituting such policies, and I'm very grateful to got us here. So I belong to a very poor family. Not that I won't be able to pass my WASI exam. After that one, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to pass. But the question is that after you pass, how are you going to get the money to the university? That is the biggest question. And that has been one of my major problems. I've been thinking about it all the time, and it's even driven my attention from my books, and I have to think about other things instead of remaining focused on my studies. So
Now, that's one of the things which breaks my heart about this story. I have a son. You are just slightly older than my son. We were talking about it, and the fact that you were worried about going to university and worried about the funding to your university program. So I asked my son, does he think about it at all? He laughed at me. What business of his is it? He says. And yet, really, for a child his age, this should be none of his business. Really, his only concern should be that he goes to school, he studies really hard, he gets the grades, and the rest of it should happen around it. It is wrong for a child this age to be adding concerns about the funding for his education on top of the pressure to try and get the grades needed to go. And for me, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring the story to everybody's attention. Those of you who are political, I want you to note his name. His name is Abanga Abdulkarim Ibrahim. He is a citizen of Ghana. He is a brilliant citizen of Ghana whose talent should never be wasted. If you are political and you have funds in your political party and you bring it in support of his education, he will take it. He doesn't care where the money comes from. If you are religious and you are able to support, you have funds in your organization, you provide scholarships, bring it, he will take it. If you are an atheist and you can still nurture this young talent, it should be on here. We should look at organizations. So my first thing is a call to all of you who know about scholarship funds. Please get in touch with me. Please tell me about the scholarship funds. Help us put an application through for Abdul Karim so he can also access the scholarships. But quite apart from the scholarships, as I was jokingly doing, Sister Hannah, I was not joking. You will still buy him the headphones. Sister Mary says you will bring the headphones, bring it. The things that he uses for his project, the glue sticks, the batteries, the wires, and the things that he uses for the projects, they are not free. He buys them. Or Abanga, is somebody giving you those things for free?
no, I buy them.
You buy them. Where do you get the money from?
Well, I have some support from my teacher here and some other teachers who give me something small to buy to take care of this.
Okay. Yeah, Sister Hannah, we are so proud of him. He's very eloquent, he's brilliant, and all those things are true. But also, I want to impress on all of you. It is very common in our community that we see people who are brilliant, we all celebrate it for 5 minutes, and then we allow it to go to obscurity and to get wasted. This is one of those that I don't want that to happen to. I want this boy to be discovered, and I want the discovery to actually help him make something of himself. And one of the most important things for me is to secure funding for his university education. Ideally, I want a scholarship for him. I want him never to worry about his school fees until he finishes uni. I want only his concern to be how to pass his exams and get the grades needed, and know that the rest of the money would be secured by our support, whether we put money individually together or we find him a scholarship scheme, that we would take that burden of this young man and he would know that bit is taken care of, and he focuses on exams. So let me ask you why. How does that make you feel actually when you think about not being able to go to university? How does that feel?
I feel really, really bad as a student. Instead of being focused on your studies, you have to be thinking about other things. So that gives you a divided mind. And as a result of that, you are unable to focus very much on your studies, and that can affect your academics. So thinking about my school fees and learning at the same time is very, very bad. And it's very bad. I think that if I could get some assurance, that will relieve me of that kind of thinking.
Okay. So tell me about your dreams. What assurance are you looking for? What kind of assurance are you looking for? What would help you put your mind to rest?
Okay, I would like for somebody to give me scholarship and also support me financially so that I'll be able to take care of my daily bread and some other basic things that I will need to in life. So that will give me peace of mind.
Okay. So it's again one of the things I want. I asked you that question because I want people to get the reality on the ground. Scholarships come in different forms. There are some scholarships which are only tuition based. When his tuition is paid, there will still be accommodation to provide. That also needs to be provided. And even when accommodation is provided, we will look at upkeep, pocket money. Abdul Karim, let's talk reality. If somebody paid your school fees only, would your parents be able to cover your accommodation, and would they be able to provide pocket money for your university education?
That is highly impossible because as indicated earlier, I belong to a very poor family where my mom does virtually everything because my sister is not well, and I think being in the village in Zebila for treatment. So now the only person that supports me financially in the family is my brother, who is also a petty trader. He buys coconuts and then sells them to other people. So even sometimes, if I'm to come to school from the villa, it becomes very difficult for him to raise money for me to take care of transportation and also buy provisions for myself. So it's going to be impossible that if somebody should pay for my school fees and I will get any support from the family to take care of my accommodation and feeding. It's not going to be possible. It's difficult. So currently, even as school is about to resume, I'm thinking of how to get provision to come to school and how I'll be able to take care of some other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, guys. Like I said, we are not watching this for entertainment. There are a lot of you who are sending me messages privately. I wanted you to meet the boy. I want you to know the reality of the boy's situation. I want to understand what his needs are clearly. And those of you, like he just said, he says that he's not even sure about his provisions to go to school. His final year. He should be thinking about exams and how to revise for exams. What provisions to take back to school should be none of his business. How he's going to survive whilst he's studying should not be a concern of his. Those of you who feel you can help him with his provisions for this term, if you want to buy provisions for him, do get in touch with me. I will put you in contact with his teachers, and you can organize and send him the provisions. Those of you who want to send him any incentives to help this boy take his mind off things that should not be a child's concern, and get him to focus and get the grades that we do need him to get, it will be very welcome. And thank you so much in advance. So you can see there's a number going on the screen. And if you want to reach out to me on the usual WhatsApp number, you can do that. And we will see where we can take this for him. All right. So I wanted to ask university, what's the dream? Where do you want to go to? And what do you want to study?
So I'm thinking of going to the university to pursue renewable energy engineering as a major profession, and also I want to take up communication as a minor profession. So that's what I'm thinking about currently.
Okay, so renewable energies. Which particular university are you considering?
Well, I think the University of Science and Tech is ideal for that course. Like if there is any other university that does better in that field, I would be very grateful to get admission.
Okay,
When it comes to the
right. Anyway,
communication, I think so. When it comes to the communication, I think the University of Ghana is also good in that field.
yeah, Nyaku, you are right. UNE in Sunyani is also the University of Natural Resources. I think it's called now. That might also be one to look at because they focus specifically for that. I have family who might be able to get me information on that one because right now I don't know. But after this conversation, I will follow that up. I will see what they offer. I will return the information I have to Mr. Awudu. So you have that available to you in your considerations. Those of you who are in the university systems and know the courses well and can guide him and can inform him so that the choices he makes are all done based on information, that would also be very helpful. So listen, ideally, you want to go to Kumasi from Zebela. So that at least gives people an idea of the sort of distance we will travel from Zebela to Kumasi. When he goes to Kumasi, he needs his tuition fees to be paid. It's not free university in Ghana yet. So you can finish free SHS, but the university still has tuition fees. It had tuition fees when I went to school, and it still remains. There is tuition fees in universities. There is housing fees. There is money for keeping body and soul together. There would be textbooks and logistics that he needs to buy. So the project is not exactly a 200 cedi job, a 500 cedi job. It's quite heavy on investments. And he says that his background does not necessarily guarantee that he would do that from his own resources. So he needs support. Let me come to you, Mr. Audu. Is Abanga the only boy you know who is able to do these things from the kind of background he comes from, or do you see quite a few of those boys and girls come through your school? Oh, I think it's frozen. All right, those of you who've arrived, you may or may not be aware of the technical difficulties we do have with the network. I probably would call them on phone now to try and catch the voice a bit clearer. I wanted you to see him. I wanted you to compare that with the project he's shown you, the project he did, which was on the video. I think by now, most of you, like myself, would be assured that we are actually speaking to the boy who was on the video I shared. Yeah, we've lost them. So I'm going to ring them on the phone and see if continuing on the phone might be easier. It's also quite low on the phone. Can you speak up a little bit for me?
Is that okay?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Hello, guys. I have found them. We are on audio. I'm hoping, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can use a speaker and get it louder. Right, let's try. Hi, Flomina. You can't hear me. Oh, wow. Is it me you can't hear, or is it Mr. Awudu you cannot hear? Hi, Hager. Mr. Awudu, can you speak and let's see if people can hear you?
Yes, am I clear?
I can hear you, but
Hello?
I don't know if the audience can. Philomena, oh, you can hear now. Excellent.
Am I clear?
You are clear to me. I am going to attempt to connect the Bluetooth to this one. Sounds okay. Okay, Sister Hannah, thank God. Can you also hear Mr. Awudu clearly?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Am I audible now?
Yes, now you are very audible.
Hello?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Let's go. So I was asking you about this story with Abanga. Is he the only brilliant young boy you've seen, or is this a common story? Mr. Audu?
Hello?
Yes. Did you hear my question?
Hello?
Yes, hi.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good stuff. I was asking you, is it common, these kind of students who come in needy but brilliant, do you see them a lot, or is he an exception?
Yeah, Abanga is one of the very brilliant students in the school currently. There's another one who debates for the school. She's a lady, a girl.
Wow.
But for a club Abanga belongs, they are about 14 members. And he's one of the few art students who are in a group. And for him, I'm sure he's using the communication from the art as a course to apply in the field of science. That is why he's exceptional.
But
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you for sure. But you've just mentioned there is a girl and many other students. Right. So listen, I hope Abanga can hear me. There is a gentleman I know very well. He says that if he chooses to go to university in Sunyani and he goes to UNAIR, he will provide him accommodation and transportation from his pocket. So that's one offer on the table for Abanga to think about. Yeah?
Hello?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
You hardly hear you.
You hardly hear me. Oh, this is crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
I am trying to speak through the speakers. Is it not working? Can you hear me better now? Nope. Okay. Okay, yeah, use that link and come back on video. Try the video link one more time. Yeah, use the same link and come back. Okay, guys, we are going through a difficulty with the network, but I think that is to be expected. I'm trying to send him the link again so he can join on the video link so we can hear what he's saying. Abanga's talents are better served abroad, okay? Fingers crossed. Work, please work. The network is not great.
Hello? Yes, it's come back.
All right, guys, can you still hear me though? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Or is it a problem with my network?
Yes.
Oh, I heard something.
We can see you. We can hear.
Oh, thank God.
We can hear
Yeah.
and see you.
I can also hear and see you. Good stuff. Right. I am trying to get the issue of social support across. So we know Abanga is special. We know he's quite unique. But I also wanted people to see if you have other students as well in your school who are needy but brilliant. And so individuals should start looking into supporting some of those children.
Yes, like I said, I don't know what the network wasn't good, but I made mention of one other girl who debates for the school. She's another brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, right. This is hide and seek, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I am hoping the boys will return with the link and we will continue with the conversation. So Abanga's talent will be better served abroad. Okay, Lady Jane, will you make sure that happens? Can you help him find his way abroad and to serve his talents better? His teacher might be helpful in helping him find a school that will offer him a scholarship. I think asking just his teacher to do that is unfair. I think we all need to help him. You, Lady Jane, and me, we need to try and find ways to help. Right, welcome back, boys. Mr. Audu, you were saying something before the network went off.
Yes, I said there are students like Abanga in the school. Actually, Ghana Senior High School is one of the grade A schools in the region. And we just have such talented students in our midst. Another lady, another girl who does the beat and recites poetry for the school. She's actually home. Actually, the 30 years final students are on break. They are home. But as you see, Abanga around is somebody who can actually deal with his studies. That's why he's seen him around. But all his colleagues are on holidays. And he and some other few students in the final year are around. Just because they want to get themselves busy doing something. They don't want to go home and get wasted. That is why Abanga is still around. Because he's supposed to be on holidays, but he's still around and doing his academic work. So the NASO is, like I said, one of the greatest schools in the region. And so there are other equally talented students in the school. Even though not all of them are good communicators, some of them are good for others too, they are in other areas where their talents can be tapped into the world. We have just started. Maybe Abanga is going to be um, used as the example here. So we'll show more talent to the world. And this is going to go a long way to encourage other students who equally have talent to showcase whatever they can do. So I'm sure this um, is going to help the school so much. If the
Okay.
news of if the Avanga is the school and colleagues are able to know that okay, so if you are poor, you can get support depending on
Absolutely.
how yes, depending on how you can get support outside to to keep you moving. So it will motivate others who are hiding in their job to actually come on what they can do. So it's a good project, and we are hoping that this will help Abanga for the entire school.
We hope so. Abanga, let me come to you. So somebody's just seen you. They don't know much about you. They've heard me ask people to come and help. Why should people help you, Abanga? Why should people help you? And what kind of help should they give you?
Like I indicated earlier, that I'm from a very
Can you
poor
speak
family.
very
So,
loud and very clearly for me, please? Yeah, the volume is very low.
okay, okay. So I said earlier that I belong to a very poor family, and it's very important for me to get support from my family. And so the only way I can get support is by external support from individuals, the government, NGOs, and other institutions. They have to come to my aid. And why people need to invest in me is that I've a video, it's kind of world at large. So it's on this note, I think it's very important for for people to help me so that I can achieve that.
Okay. So, people helping you, I want to explore people helping you out a little bit. I understand that we are looking for tuition fees. Somebody was saying something about potentially going abroad to study. Have you ever thought about things like that?
Well, it's my dream that I get a point abroad. So that would also be a very nice idea for me to get sponsorship abroad. You know the situation in Ghana, we have unemployment. Even go to the university in Ghana and then you graduate and there's no work for you. So, well, if I get the support to go abroad, it will be very good. At the end of the day, it's Ghana that I'm going to serve and the work applies.
Okay. Right, guys, the network is not particularly helpful. We will do this again. I will get the boys. I'll have a look. If you are somebody who is in Tamale and its environs, you operate a communications outfit, or you have a steady network, you have Wi-Fi access, and you'd be able to set up, if you have a studio in Tamale, and we can use your studio to have this conversation and do it properly so people can enjoy good volume. They can see him with steady. They are working from Mr. Awudu's phone. All right. So what we are able to do with Mr. Awudu's phone and the network stability he's able to get is all I can promise you today. Mevlin says, I think we need to create a project fund known as the likes of Abanga. And you know what? I have been thinking about that exactly. I am somebody who doesn't do things without thinking very carefully about. I know our people. I don't like getting involved in fundraising and collecting money from the public because I know how people can talk because of one city. And so I don't usually get involved in collecting money for stuff. But in fact, I have thought about it very seriously since I came across Abanga. And it's something I would need a few more people to help me manage because I will not be able to manage and supervise on my own. So those of you who are good fundraisers and can help us with fundraising, those of us who will help us invest the fund and to get it to him, he is very determined. He wants to progress and he has the capabilities to do so. I think it would be irresponsible as a community to turn a blind eye, watch the talent waste, and then turn around and blame somebody else. We have to nurture him. We have to think about it collectively. Those of you here today, I require one thing from you. He is going to go back to school. As you can hear, he's not gone home. He stayed in his holiday to try and continue working. If only all you can do is send him a box of whatever, a tin of Milo or whatever to put in his box to incentivize him for next term, to encourage him to focus, to know that you will support him. Let me know. Get in touch with me. I will liaise with Mr. Awudu so you can get some support in for him. But that's only the short term. Can you tag every influential person you know in this video for me? Can you share the link to every platform that you know for me? Can you share it with all the businesses and affluent individuals you know for me? And can you call them all in to come help this young man for me? It is one of the things that will give me a lot of satisfaction if we are able to do, if we can find him a sponsor, if we can find donors who will help him get through education without worrying about funding. That would be amazing. Amazing. Abanga, tell me about the next project, the video you shared with me. What's that about?
It's also another project that I'm trying to do. So basically, it's going to be a two-story building. The architectural design is going to be wonderful, and the sourcing of electricity, we are thinking of making it two sources. That both are going to be renewable sources, and so everything can work out for it.
Oh, this network is making life difficult. Right. So, hi, can you speak up a little bit for me? It's gone very faint.
I'm saying that currently I'm working on the project which I sent you a teaser video of. It's going to be a two-story building project, and then the architectural design is going to be wonderful. And the sourcing for electricity, I'm planning of making it two sources, renewable sources of energy, and it's going to be wonderful. So till the video is out, till everything the project is done, you watch out for great things.
Okay. So I am very excited by the teaser he shared with me. I am looking forward to that project. And when the video is ready, you will share it with me and I'll put it out on the platforms as well. Um, I would like us to try again this conversation and extend a little bit of it soon. I think, in light of the difficulties with the network, today it will be a good time to wrap up here, just showcasing this fantastic talent we have. We are very blessed community because we have so many talented young people who come through our ranks. My problem from experience is that a lot of the talent which comes through our ranks is actually wasted because they don't get support, they don't get nurtured. I know too many people who showed a lot of potential as young students who have become other things because they just gave up the dream because there was no support. They hustled it out and they run out of energy, they run out of steam at some point and perish the thoughts that this will ever happen to this boy. Please, please, please tag every influential person you know for me today. Tell them to come watch this boy. Share it with the person regardless of their political interest. Share it with the person even if they are individuals or they are organizations. Ask anybody and everybody you know about scholarship schemes that exist anywhere else. And if you think, like, I can't remember who was saying that earlier on about taking him abroad. Well, Lady Jane, if you think that you know how to get him abroad, if you think that you know of funds in a place that can support him, if you think that you can help with the likes of Abanga Fund, then get in touch with me. I can't do this on my own. I will not kid you about it. It's beyond me to manage. So please, please, please. And those of you who, like Hansen, can offer him individual support, please get those pledges coming in. Please send. If you want to send him to school this term with some pocket money, please get in touch with me. Tell me how much you will send, and I will liaise with you to get it to him directly. Yeah. Tell me how much you can send to him. Amma, I want to send him some provisions. No problem. It's very welcome. Amma, I want to send him some pocket money. Of course, it is welcome. Amma, I want to send him materials for projects that he's doing. So he's doing a two-story project. And this project is going to have multiple sources of energy. Different levels of the house would be powered by different sources, and it's going for the holistic approach to energy efficiency, and I like it. Yep, he needs materials, he needs things to buy the resources to build the project, to get it ready. And if you can help him with a little bit of money to buy what he needs to do the project, that would be great. So any support you can give this boy, you do know how to reach me generally. You can see my contact details on the top. You can get in touch with me via WhatsApp, or you can use the number at the bottom to send your gift to Abdul Karim so that his visit to us today is memorable, so that he knows that he has a community of people who will ring fence around him and support him. Let me come to you, Mr. Audu, for your final words, just as a wrap up. What would you like to say?
I'm just grateful. Thank you for the opportunity trying to lead for Abanga to activate on this talent. I'm appealing to well-meaning Ghanaians, both Ghana and outside Ghana, that I'm rid of this young man for him to something out of challenge. That's all what I have.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much. And in fact, thank you for having faith in this young man. Thank you for supporting him. Um, Okadia, I need you to come help me set it up. We haven't set anything up. And those of you who deal with me, you know my life is a mess already. Anyway, I need people who would be able to stand and support and petition and organize and keep in touch with Abanga and help him wherever he needs it. So, Okodia, if you want to nominate yourself, let me know. I need people to help make it happen. It's not something I can brag about doing on my own. I just can't. Abanga, let me come to you and let me take your final words as well. What would you like to say to people today?
What I would like to say today is that you have heard my story. You have to, be fighting to practice your heart. Please come to my aid. Let us release that kind of burden or that kind of tension that I have in mind out, so that I can stay focused on my studies. And I will appeal to the government that the free senior high school program is a fantastic program. But then the first thing that comes to play is that after the start of the free senior high school, to move forward, if the government is to measures that will make will absorb those people who graduate from the free senior high school program, that's not. So I appeal to the government, passing a request in setting up institutions to absorb the product of the free senior high school. Yes. And one thing I would say to every young man outside there that there is a saying that every accomplishment begins with a decision to try. Never say I will, always say I will try. And if you try it, you will be successful. So if you have anything in mind, please try doing something about it. And God will hear you and you become successful. Thank you.
My pleasure. Boys, thank you so, so much. The network hasn't been very friendly to us, but I'm actually grateful that it allowed you to stay on and for us to hear you a little bit. I will take you off. I will continue the show for another 10 minutes or so. And when I finish wrapping the show, you will hear from me. Yeah? I will call you straight up when I finish. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure to have you here. Mr. Audu,
I'm
God
grateful.
bless you.
I'm grateful.
God bless you.
Pleasure. Anytime. 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 Right, guys. So listen. You asked me to bring the boy. I have brought the boy. I have showed you the boy. He's told you his story. And what he said at the end is something that has struck me sincerely. I am a fan of social interventions. And those of you who know me, I am political, but I'm not partisan. I am interested in our social interventions. I am a fan of the free SHS. One of the reasons why I am a fan of it is clearly exhibited by this boy. It picks up talent. It allows us to catch talent we would have lost by the end of the JHS period. He has at least made it through to secondary school, and he is one who should make it through to the ranks until he's actually finished his nurturing process and he becomes a benefit to society. The question is, free SHS is wonderful, but as he highlights, that alone is not enough. No, I am not an advocate of everybody going to university for free. That's crazy. It's madness. But I am an advocate of people who are needy but talented like him being picked up by the system and supported through. So it is not the end of the road when the free SHS system finishes. SD Banuba, hi, Sister Mary. God bless you too. So listen, at the moment, he finds himself caught in a system. He's enjoyed free SHS. He's at the end of it. He is in his final year. And the fact that a boy his age is worrying about things that he should not concern himself with breaks my heart. It really does. I don't want a boy his age to be worrying about anything apart from preparing for his exams. So if you feel that you are able to give him anything in encouragement, anything in support, anything in motivation, that is a short-term strategy. It is very welcome. Let me know and I will facilitate and let that happen. We have to keep him motivated in the short term. We have to keep him going. We have to get him there in terms of his grades. That's the first mandate. When he's got the grades, and I have no doubt he will get them, when he's got the grades, what happens next? That's my main question. And so I am inviting everybody. You know what is actually funny? I just thought there are two people who came to my mind automatically. Two people who might personally be able to make this happen or might have the resources to do so. Can somebody please tag Haruna Idrusu for me? The minority leader for me. Haruna, please, I have found somebody I need your help with. Can you guys hear me? My network flickered. I don't know if you still can hear me. Can you hear me? Guys, can you check for me? Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? Or is my sound funny? Is my sound okay? Is my sound terrible? Can you hear me? Because I saw the network flick, so I don't know if it affected the sound quality. You can still hear me. Alhamdulillah. Listen, Haruna, if anybody knows Haruna, if you can tag Haruna, call Haruna for me and tell Haruna I am begging him personally to have a look at this boy's story. He's from the north, so it's the names from the north that I pulled immediately. Dr. Baumia, can you also, if anybody knows how to tag those accounts for me, call those people for me, tell them that I have found a talent we cannot watch go waste. Those are the political ones I picked up because it is from the area. But they are not the only people you call. If you know any company, please share the video with them for me. If you know any company, at the moment, I can think of Tullow and some of the Tullow, Newmont, and the gold mining companies who have social interventions. I know Tullow at least does educational funds. Please, if any of you know those organizations, if any of you can help me contact any of those organizations, if you can help me get access to the funds for this boy, it would be life transformational for me. I would be so happy. I would be so satisfied to see this happen. Can people tag for me? Again, it's a name I know personally, is why I am naming him, and I'm asking you to tag him for me. If you know Father Dixon, please tag Father for me. Tell Father I need his help. I need his help in an unusual way this time. I know they definitely come to the aid of needy people, but I think this is a strategic one to do because this is needy and brilliant. Somebody tag Father for me if you can. Mr. Despite himself, I don't know. So if those of you who watch know how to tag him and can share with him, please, please, please share for me. Share for me. Who has an account worthy of mention, please share for me. Abeku, I'm going to send this one to you. I beg you, have a look at this one and shoot it through your contacts for me. I don't want this one to go waste. Please help me. Help me find some help for this lovely, brilliant young man. But he is only one. I am also getting this across to people. He's only one, but there are many of him. There are so many of him in corners that every single one of us who is able to do so should start a small educational fund for our village. You don't need to go outside your village. Start with your village, sponsor one young boy, one young girl from your village. I do the same in my village. He does in his village. There will be less people on the streets. More people will get more opportunities. We will see more talent through if individuals and groups, organizations will begin to see it as a social responsibility. Oh, yes. SD Banuba, we need a lot of social impact projects. I have to say it's something I shy away from because I know our people. I know our people. I always say to you, I don't like asking our people to do stuff because your name will be in the mud within 5 minutes. But you know, sometimes personal pride has to be sacrificed. So on this occasion, I've chosen that I will sacrifice the personal pride. You can call me whatever names, you can diss me if you want. But whatever happens, if we are able to do this, if only for this young boy, I will be very grateful. So help me. Please help me. Please get in touch with me. Please, let's deliberate. Tell me who you know might be worth calling and ask them to come have a look. Thank you so much in advance. Thank you for those of you who've tried to reach me. I will try and respond as soon as I come off the phone. What I want right now is for those of you who are here who can send him that $10, $20, $50 to please send it, so that we can buy him provisions. He can use it to buy his textbooks. He can be a teenager with fancy headphones for a change. Those of you who want to buy him this and buy him cameras for recording his projects, please, it's welcome, more than welcome. He's an ordinary teenager. Anything you send to him will bring him the same satisfaction your little children get when they receive those things. You want to send him headphones, you want to send him whatever, send those. You want to send him logistics for the products, for the projects he does, send those. If you want to send him incentives to keep him motivated and to keep going, send those. He's a poor boy. He's a brilliant poor boy. It would be lovely to let him experience what other people get routinely. Amen. Florence, God bless you too. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sharing. Please make this happen for me. Please, please, please tag the videos, share it with the personalities who can help him. Take it to the organizations who might be able to help him and help us make this happen for this young boy. May God bless all of you. Thank you so much.